Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Hip hip. Hooray. Oh, that sounds so dry. Let's try this again. Hip hip. Hooray. Okay, say it with more emphasis now. Hip hip. Hooray. Awesome. That really sounded good. Do you feel like leaders? Yeah. Yes. Do you feel like leaders? Yeah. Someone said no, but I think you're on the way there. So when you have some decisions to make and some of those tough choices to make, then you really know, I'm sure if nothing else, you reflect on this experience over the last 4 weekends. Here at HLSCC, and specifically the Beta Omicron Sigma chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, we're so honored to have been able to put on this program just for you. And we'll be sharing the same information soon with our sisters and brothers over on the neighboring Virgin Gorda. So we're looking forward to that experience as well. At this time, I'm just going to let Dr. Smith come and do a roundup of what we did here for the last 4 weekends and just talk a bit about the program, how it evolved, and, you know, what the future looks like for us. So let's welcome Dr. Smith.
Good afternoon, everyone. I actually have to say that it's really an honor and a privilege to be able to offer a leadership program under the auspice of Phi Theta Kappa. Although Phi Theta Kappa International is an honor society for tertiary level students, they had a wonderful leadership program that I was very excited about and used to talk about all the time to different people I would meet. And I have to thank Cromwell Smith, our board member, also known as Eduenka, because he challenged us. He challenged Beta Omicron Sigma to be better. He challenged us to live up to Phi Theta Kappa's 4 hallmarks, which are scholarship, leadership, fellowship, and service. He said, if this is such a great program, then why can't you reach out and really use that service and fellowship and leadership and scholarship to help other young people? And I thought about it and I said, well, you know, there's nothing better than young people mentoring young people. So this program would not be what it was without our Kappans, our students at HLSCC. Because as I said to you earlier today, you get quite a number of the skills that you need for your life when you learn your ABCs and you learn your multiplication tables. It's what you do with those skills, how you exhibit and manifest those skills that catapult you to a brighter future. And leadership fundamentally is about moving someone from a space where they are to a space where they would not be without your intervention. And I know that the secondary students benefited from the efforts and the examples of their peers today. And I'm very, very grateful for our students. I'm grateful to our board member. I'm grateful to our academic vice president, Dr. Penn, who has been here with us, who has supported us, and who also believes that if we exert the proper amount of force behind our young people, we will have a society worthy of bragging about. So to all of my junior leaders here today and our Phi Theta Kappans, I say congratulations to you. We're incredibly proud of you. We're not surprised at how wonderful you are, and we pray that this work will continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Smith. Not here with us today is our other instructor or advisor for Phi Theta Kappa, Mr. Richard Georges. He could not be with us, but just in recognition of him and the work that he's put in during the week that he was here, let's give him a round of applause. We'll let him know about it. Yeah. At this time, I want to invite our Vice President, Dr. Brian Penn, to give some remarks. Yeah, let's welcome him.
Good afternoon to you all. For me, The few times I've been up here and have had an opportunity to really sit in on some of the sessions, I must say that I was most impressed with what I saw. That you were put in a situation where you had a lot of very good choices, but then you find yourself being challenged to just whittle down those choices, until you could get to a place where you make perhaps, that single best choice for that situation. And to see the thought processes that were ongoing amongst you, I thought was very impressive. How many of you found yourselves in a situation where you had to think on levels that you hadn't thought on before? By show of hands. It really challenged you, right? And I'm sure that now you are much more aware of the kinds of situations that are out there, the kinds of dynamics that are there related to leadership, related to decision making, related to team building and team operation and team success. And we are confident that you haven't had this experience, that you will all be in a position to make much better choices as you move forward, and certainly be in much better state of readiness in terms of taking leadership roles at your various schools or whatever other organizations you may find yourselves in. So for you that have signed up, I know some of you probably were told by your parents you had to come, but I'm sure that after you've spent the first Saturday here, you wanted to be here. Is that correct? Yes. So I want to thank Dr. Smith, Ms. Hodge, Mr. Georges, and all the other members that have actually helped to make this possible. And we at the college certainly look forward to extending the service to other youngsters in this community as we move forward. So I'd like to say congratulations to you for the involvement that you've had, the growth that you've realized, and I wish you all well as you move forward in life.
Thank you very much, Dr. Penn. At this time, we're going to call one of your fellow students who benefited from this program. Is going to really take some time and tell us about his experience. Let's welcome Mr. Brian Liu.
Gotta be honest, I was a little bit nervous when I was asked about 20 minutes ago to do this. I've had like zero preparation to this, but I'm gonna do my best. And I was asked to come up here and talk about what I learned from this institution and from interacting with all of you guys about leadership. And I think I learned many things about being a great leader and about being a great follower and how to interact with people. But I think the one thing I learned the most is that there's as much honor and as much dignity in being a great person and being a great individual as there is in being a part of something great. You all know you can clap. You all know the famous names like Barack Obama and Miley Cyrus and Jay-Z, who unfortunately died in an explosion on 9/11. We all know their names, but do we all know the names of the people behind those names? Do we all know like the people who go into preparing Barack Obama's speeches, or like people who do a lot of hours of community service, for example? We don't really know their names. They're the anonymous heroes of today's world. And I'm going to tell you that there's as much honor in being that anonymous hero, in being the foundation for other people to be unique and to be special, as there is in being that person. To me, I go to Theta International School, and part of my curriculum requires that I complete a certain number of community service hours. And at first, I honestly thought that was a drag. I really was like, oh, I'll just do it to graduate. But as I progressed through my years, and as I grew up and as I matured, I came to realize that, community service isn't that bad. Being a part of something great, being a chance to say that I am a British Virgin Islander, that I'm a Tortolian, that I graduated from the Junior Leadership Academy, from the Boss chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, that's something I can say I'm proud to be a part of. So when I'm asked the one thing that I learned, the one biggest message that I'm leaving with and that I hope you all leave with, is that there's as much honor in being a great individual as there is in being a part of something great. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you very much, Brian. That was really, really good. And it makes us feel good. And this is why we do what we do. We just love being able to give and share the knowledge with other young people. And we really, really enjoyed. I mean, coming here on a Saturday, I tell Dr. Smith, listen, we're on tomorrow, and she's like, okay, let's do this. All I have to say is let's do this, and they're all ready to go. This is really no task on our hand as much as it is a pleasure deep down inside of all of us that take part in coming here and sharing with you every Saturday. At this time, I'm going to invite our board member who has been so very supportive of not only us and our BOSS chapter, but of this particular program in particular. We're so honored, Mr. Smith, that you could come and share with us, give up your time with us. He was here with us in 2011, and he's still here now again in 2013. We can't begin to express to you how important that makes us feel. And, it is good when you know that you're doing something and it's supported, and not only in word, but in action. We're really happy that you could take the time and be with us here today. And I just want to give you a few minutes to share some remarks with us. Please welcome Mr. Smith Eduenka.
Good afternoon. Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you very much, Ms. Hodge, for allowing me this opportunity. I want to say I have a very long speech. So, so relax, make yourself comfortable. I want to say first, on behalf of the Academic Committee of the Board of Governors of Asian Avenue South Community College, I want to congratulate you all for being here and participating in this Junior Leadership Academy. The fact that you are here is significant in that all the schools were invited, and who wanted to come could come. And that you choose to come indicates that somewhere in your destiny, you are supposed to be leaders in one endeavor or the other, or leaders in your community. So when I see you, I see future leaders of the Virgin Islands. There's a saying that we hear all the time, and I'm sure that many of you have heard it: to whom much is given, much is required. And so it's time for you to understand, as young people, your responsibility as members of the Virgin Islands community. The fact that you've had this Junior Academy training now means that you have to take responsibility for your home. You need to start thinking about being responsible for the Virgin Islands. Giving, sharing your knowledge with your other brothers and sisters, your fellow Virgin Islanders, making sure that they get and appreciate what you have gotten, and in fact become your brothers and your sisters' keeper. That's become part of your responsibility. A lot of us hear a lot of talk about being a BV Islander, and I born here, and I'm a belonger, and so I'm entitled to certain rights and privileges in the Virgin Islands. However, we neglect to focus on the responsibility that gives us the entitlement. There is no entitlement without responsibility. In your own home, it's unreasonable to expect that someone can come to your house, pay the mortgage, maintain the house, and then you claim it as your own and say that you're entitled to everything good and the best things in that house. And that those persons that come and pay the mortgage and keep it clean and maintain it, they don't have any value and you are better than them. That is an unreasonable expectation. Your entitlement comes through your responsibility. If you don't pay the mortgage, if you don't keep your house maintained, you will find yourselves out in the street. So I want to leave you young people with the thought that your entitlement comes through your responsibility for the Virgin Islands. Your entitlement in the Virgin Islands only comes through your responsibility for the Virgin Islands. And so, therefore, it is time for you to start saying to yourselves, in the words of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. So it's not what I gonna get from the BVI. The BVI ain't nothing. I can't live here because there ain't this here, and ain't that here, and there ain't no opportunity here. And it's not about what the BVI can do for you. It's what you can do for the BVI to make it the community and the society that you want it to be. And that's what the Leadership Academy is all about. So, I want to congratulate you again. I hope that I don't die before I see some of you as politicians and and pastors and civil servants and captains of industry and leaders generally. So I wish you all the best, and I wish you all great success in your lives. And I want you to remember, unity in your community, among your peers, and the people of the Virgin Islands is the key to all of our success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith, Eduinka. At this time, I'm going to invite Dr. Brian Penn to join me at the front as we recognize our junior leaders for fall 2013. Joseph Archibald Bowers. Justice Amory. Kadisha Foy. Kelston King. Kennard Dawson. Jaden Massicott. Jessica Smith. Johnny Samuel. Okay, she's not here. I know we have some that are missing. They had a class trip today, so I'm going to ask one of you from the school to collect them afterwards and take for them for us, okay? Kevin Dionorine. Jalifa Robinson. Deja Matthew. Damian Williams. Darisa Rogers. Isaiah Thomas, smallest man in the group. Jada Clark. Jada not here? Okay. Colin McDonald. Candace Williams. Brian Liu. Austin Keel. Andre Kartik. Not here. Aliyah Smith. Elia Harrigan. Akil Thomas. Adia Maddox. Jamani Nathaniel. Jada Harrigan. Kezia Pickering. Linnell Stevens. Malik Stevens. Miriam Jallo. Marsha Henry. Oh, she's not here. Nia Douglas. Raven David. Sarah Smith. She's not here. Shakia Farrington. And Shizu Chalwell. You're now all officially Boss Junior leaders. Put your hands together. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Smith to the podium.
Mr. Smith, would you join me, please? As I stated, this program would not be possible without the work of our BOSS chapter members, so we are going to honor them today as well with you. Shara Edwards. Mardell Maduro. And Mardell was actually one of the original BOSS members who mentored in this program in 2011. Mardell, you can stop taking pictures and come get your certificate, though. Very good, very good. Rhea Cooper. Shamira Langford. Chalisma Smith. Jason Williams Jr. Johanse Smith. Claudius Maynard. Maya Harrigan. Tahira Bascom. Devern Robon. And our honorary Phi Theta Kappa mentor, Ty Hodge. Ty actually completed the academy in 2011 and couldn't wait to join us today. Ty Hodge. Okay, folks, a round of applause for your fantastic mentors.